Okay, well, hopefully this mic is working today. First shot with the DJI. I just came to this rooftop bar to have some great food I've never had before. I just ordered a dish that I cannot pronounce, and I'm going to work on pronouncing that a little bit later. I'll have to look it back up again for you. You see the beautiful skyline here, this rooftop bar. I'll show you a little bit more of it later. Being a little careful. I don't want people to clear out first. And some people don't like being on camera. I like to be respectful of that, and you really have to be respectful of that here in the Philippines. They have laws about that for a reason. So hopefully the audio is good. I guess I'll know once I'm done. But you can hear the city from here, you can hear the grill, you can hear the people. So this is what it actually sounds like. Anyways, a couple things. So the main thing, I didn't think I would actually get this from a family member or friends, but some people are like, oh, you talk bad about America. That's some of the messages I got. You talked bad about America in your first video. No, I did not. I did not talk bad about America. I simply stated a fact about America. If I wanted to be rude about America, or if I wanted to just be bluntly stating the truth about America, I could say that about 80% of America is obese and lazy, and I would be correct. Well, actually, I would be incorrect. It's more like 90%. So there's that. But I love America. I'm from America. America is my home. But you can't deny what you see in America. You can't deny what you see, period, in life. So it is what it is. If you didn't like my take, go back to America. I'm not going to look up the obesity rate for you right now, but go look that up. Go look at all the single mothers, and go look at all the people on welfare and food stamps. Go look at all that. Just look all that up for yourself. You don't even need to do that. You go do that. Look that up, and then tell me if you don't think that America is 80% fat and lazy at the very least. I lean more towards 90, but we'll just give the benefit of the doubt. We'll just say 80%. I'll stick with that. So I thought I was being very nice in that initial video talking about America. Well, anyways, I'm just stating what I see from both countries, and over here they're far less obese. There's not as many lazy people. It's not to say there's not any lazy people. I've seen some lazy people here, just like in the United States. But overall, as a whole, not as many lazy people over here. Not as many obese people over here. The service you receive over here is fantastic. So, when you go to a restaurant in the U.S., right, and you order, and they're just like, they take it for granted as if you ordered, so, like, you're just entitled to whatever, and that's it. And it's okay to do the bare minimum. They have a different mindset here. You don't do the bare minimum. Every meal is supposed to be fantastic for the customer every time. The service is supposed to be fantastic for the customer every time. And just the service you receive, the politeness, is very different.
Here's your menu margaritas.
Thank you, sir. Yes. I should have said salamat. I should get better at that. So I'm working on my Tagalog. I'm not doing very well, as you can see. It's mango margarita, speaking of service. So Very good. Anyway, I hope I'm not messing this mic up. I suppose we'll know at the end of the video, won't we? Anyway, maybe not the best idea to do this up here, but we're doing it nonetheless. So, yes, wonderful food, wonderful service, wonderful people. For the most part, I've had very few negative interactions with people. Very few negative experiences here. And as far as other differences with America, I will say you can appreciate our power lines a little bit more after being over here. Sometimes they just like cut them and leave them hanging, and they're like, oh, we're the dead, so you don't have to worry about it. So that's more in Makati, but not BGC. So, but yes, in other places, obviously, it looks more like Austin or New York City or Los Angeles, but not the good part. And it's kind of crazy. You can take a drive for a couple of minutes and you can be from one place that's super clean to one place that's messy in the next. So compared to US cities, much better overall as a city, I would say. Traffic is still bad, no matter what. There's still the chaos of the city. That's inescapable. But everything is far more affordable, at least for Americans, and far less crime, far less homelessness. We're gonna say overall less trash in the city. Outside the city, I haven't been that far yet, so I don't know. So positives, nowhere is gonna be perfect, guys. Nowhere. There will never be any place that is perfect, and there's just trade-offs, really. So I'm not insulting America. I'm just telling you the reality that America's not perfect. And is America the greatest country in terms of financial power and military dominance and just the overall scale of greatness? Yes, absolutely. I believe that. And I think there's pretty much proof of that. But it's not like we're the greatest at everything. We're not the greatest at everything. When I say we, I mean Americans. We are not the greatest at everything. Workers, right? We have great workers. We have some great workers. We have some salt of the earth workers. But if it comes down to work, I'm going with Mexicans, because I've seen them build a house out of nothing but concrete and mud and just junk that was laying in the desert. So I've seen that. I mean, I've seen the way they work. It's just ingrained into their culture. It's kind of the same way here. There's a lot of Spanish influence. If you don't know much about the Philippines, there's plenty of Spanish influence here. Tagalog is, well, it kind of runs off of Spanish, and it's heavily influenced. So, yeah. Oh, and here's my dish. So let me continue this later.